Hi, Steve Hobbs here, Dr. Wealth from the Wealth Learning Network. This is video number 15 of 21 in the Dear Manager Leader series about offering managing and leading insights for practical application on an everyday basis. The theme of this video is Reframe with real information because shift happened. Formally, you may hear your staff chat about the following. Dear Manager Leader, it's important you help reframe the work through real information because shift happens. So let's make sense of this request from the staff's perspective. We, the staff, know shift happens. Please keep us informed. If there's an update, share sooner rather than later. And in doing so, we advance excellence. Real situations exist every day. In today's workplaces, shift happens, and new information is available. Waiting to share the information has implications to all. As a manager leader, you decide when to share the information while balancing your understanding of it and possible confidentiality. That written, the rule of thumb with your staff is truth, trust, and transparency. So let's look at truth. The value of truth is critical because it indicates what is thought to be real in the workplace by you with them. As a manager leader, what you share as a truth has meaning for your staff. It's an indicator of how best to move forward together. A little bit more about truth. Shared truth helps establish great relationships with your staff. It also engages their hearts and heads, and it contributes to staff's happiness. What becomes important here is in sharing truth, you're seen as having a great character, one to listen to and follow. So if you think of it from this perspective, one of your legacy elements is sharing truth at all times. Now, let's take a look at trust. Stephen M.R. Covey got it correct. We work at the speed of trust. With trust, the foundation upon which you work with your staff is strengthened. Trust is about honesty, authenticity, dependability, promise keeping, and many more. But let's just take a look at these four. Honesty is about you being frank in your conversations, sincere in those conversations, and showing candor about how you speak with one another. The bottom line here is you don't have to start reading between the lines when you're having conversations with your staff. They get it, you're honest, you're upfront. The authenticity is about being genuine. You're real in your interactions with people. How they experience you each day, all right, is how you are every day. The dependability is that you're sound, steady, loyal to the group. In other words, you've got their back. Promise keeping is about integrating what you say and what you do. It's clear is that you keep your promises because you're fulfilling your commitments. And fulfilling your commitments is one of the ways in which we resoundingly share our humanness in the workplace. Transparency. Now, this is an interesting one. Instead of best guesses, transparency guides informed decisions. If you know and they do not, then you cannot chastise your staff for their best guess errors. Remember, best guesses. If they don't quite know what's going on, they're going to best guess and move forward because that's what they're charged to do. That is part of their accountability. Here's some additional insights with transparency. There's assurance instead of confusion. There's clarity instead of misinterpretation. There's consensus instead of apprehension. There's openness instead of closedness. When you're able to get around confusion, then you have a sure step method in which to follow. If there's no misinterpretation, then you have the clarity to move forward with that assurance. If you're not worrying about what's going on, you don't have any apprehension, then you can gain the consensus that gives you the clarity and the assurance. Instead of being closed off and not getting any sense about what's going on, instead being open, then you can get the consensus that gets you the clarity, that gets you the assurance. It all helps. It's all nested inside itself. It's all while honoring confidentiality. It's true. From a manager leader point of view, you're just coming to understand information sometimes, and you may not quite know what it is that you have to share. At any time, you are faced with the following dilemma. From your executive group, you are translating what it is that they're sharing with you with your staff. But also with your staff, you're interpreting what they need to share with the executive. So you're always finding yourself in a very interesting spot of having information from both directions and having to sort through it while maintaining the confidentiality, while going for assurance, clarity, consensus, and openness. Realize the more your staff are given the correct information at the correct time in the correct way, the more you enthuse their heartfelt engagement and ethical decision making. Also, the story that shift happens is forever, sometimes unwanted, yet foreseeable. Therefore, how you handle it from a truth, trust, and transparency perspectives will make or break your relationships with your staff and your clients. At any time, if you'd like to book a 15-minute or more virtual coffee meeting to explore your managing leading requirements and requests stimulated by this video or other issues that you might have, please use the following website address to make that booking. Other coordinates are the website, the blog, Twitter, Facebook, and of course email. And we always enjoy receiving email from you. So that's it. Take care.